Peter, as an investor and as a venture capitalist, what are you seeing a little bit going on in the in the sense of customer experience in the financial services industry?
I think in general, as an investor, I work across many different industries and categories, and some of them are financial services and some are not. And within financial services, some are insurance and some are not. And I think what you see in general, and maybe it's a bit more of a 50,000 feet view, but I think this massive change in customer expectations, right? We're all used to Amazon same-day delivery. We're all used to Uber. We're all used to Netflix. And so customers have come just to experience and expect something completely different. And that is okay with low friction products. But what you obviously see with insurance is that it tends to be much more of a high friction product. And so when we started looking at insurance much more actively and proactively, one of the initial things that we've noticed was that most of the insurtech players that we saw in the beginning, let's say the first wave, were all doing only one thing, which is trying to take distribution from offline to online, right? And trying to take friction out of that. But frankly, many of those are, and maybe it sounds weird, but it's what I call a sneaker business. And why we call it a sneaker business, it's actually something I learned from a colleague of mine. We were actually chatting about a video business, and he asked me, what is it, a sneaker business? And I said, what do you mean? Well, in the first .com cycle, there were a lot of businesses that they said they were internet businesses, but what happened is, you would put something on the front end, you would put something online, but at the back end, you would print it out, you would put on your sneakers, and you would run to your partner or your distributor, you would give it, and they would like double key it into their system, right? And so we saw a lot of these insurance businesses that were like that, sneaker businesses, right? I could put in my stuff and then a lead would roll out at the end, and then there would be a lead going, etc. So there was still a lot of friction, and it was slow and it was inaccurate. And those businesses were not very attractive in many cases because it becomes this massive CAC versus LTV play, right? Can I acquire customers? Can I bombard them with smarter SEO, SEM, etc., and then give leads? And that's just a very narrow view. And fortunately, and I'm sure we'll talk about that later, fortunately, we see very different type of insurance companies use technologies in different ways. And we'll talk about that. But that first wave, I think, is not enough. There was some value in it. But I think as an insurance industry overall, we need to look at much deeper and better things and more end-to-end technology to remove that friction and make insurance an easier product to buy and consume.